Hi, I'm Titli and this is my busy garden. The sun's shining, and as the old saying goes, make hay while the sun shines, or as I say, do stuff! Today I'm going to start off with this centura bush, or as it's become known, the cat's hiding place. The flowers have just about finished, and I'm a little bit concerned about what's been going on with this rose which is next to the bush. I'm sure it all will become clear as I hack this stuff away. I'm taking care not to chop all these lovely new shoots that are coming, because this is going to flower for a second time this year. Strange plant. Well, I'm still none the wiser, but I mean that doesn't look very well at all, nor does that. I think I'm going to take out these poppies. They're just about finished. Oh, that's better. I can see the wood for the trees now. Not sure what's been going on here, but this branch is snapped. Still barely clinging onto the main stem. This branch, same story. I'm not quite sure what's done this, whether it's the birds. This is the same here. This is quite recent. Is it the fat pigeon sitting on this, I wonder? Can't imagine it's the cat, because he'd get lots of thorns in his paws. Oh well, while I'm here, I might as well do some weeding and tidying. Now, do you remember these from last year? Stick, hoop, adjustable. I'm going to try and use this to stop the second burst of growth on this plant from just going everywhere. So we'll see whether it works or not. Drop it down there, and hopefully as they grow I can pull the hoop up and they won't go. I think I could do with tidying up the daffodil bed as well. While I'm doing this, I might as well tell you a little story about something that happened this week. And it's related to what I said earlier about that plant being the cat's hiding place. So there I was in my study. I don't know what I was doing, maybe editing a video or playing Minesweeper, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. And the dog came charging in and he stared at me. So I looked at him and I said, "Are you all right, Pagnon?" And he said, "Woof." And it was a bit like a scene off a Lassie film, because I said, "Is there something you want to show me, Pagnon?" And he said, "Woof." And then he charged off. So I followed him. There he was, staring at his basket. Just like that. Not like that, like that. So I looked at his basket and I couldn't see anything, but he was staring, and then he started sniffing around his basket and I thought, there's something wrong with his basket. So I started to lift the bedding out, and suddenly the dog shot off. I didn't see anything, but the dog shot off. So I followed him, and he got his nose behind a filing cabinet in one of the rooms. And he was shaking with excitement. I thought he was going to have a fit. So I got myself a little torch. And I had to fight my way past the dog, because he was desperate to squeeze into this gap that was about that wide. I mean, you know, the dog's this wide and he was trying to get into this gap this wide. And with the torch I could see that behind the filing cabinet there was a little bunny rabbit. Now, I don't think that that rabbit had come into the house of his own free will and volition. This is a nasty little weed. I think he'd been brought in there against his will by a small black furry item. So anyway, Hubby and I managed to pull the filing cabinet out and coax this little rabbit to go hop, hop, hop into this little box. And Hubby then took him into a field far, far away. So that's why I said I think it's been the cat's hiding place, because I'm sure he's been catching all sorts of critters in the night. And I'll tell you something else. If I get one more network channel contacting me, asking me to sign up with them, I think I'm going to scream. Now, some of you have asked me, what is this with the network channels? Well, the network channels, how it works is you sign up with them, and in doing so, you sign over all your YouTube revenue to the network channel. And they make you an offer which says, oh, well, we'll pay you so much per 1,000 monetizable views. In other words, views that have adverts on them. Or they might say, well, we'll pay you everything that we get from YouTube, we'll pay it forward on to you. And it sounds okay. You know, when you do the sums initially, when I did the sums initially, my feeling was, well, you know, on balance, I'm probably not going to gain anything. I'm certainly not going to lose. Maybe I'll gain, you know, a little bit each month. But, you know, we're not talking mega bucks. What they don't tell you, which I'm telling you now, is that they put adverts on your videos in competition with YouTube. And when they put an advert on one of your videos, they get the revenue and they keep all of it. But what that means is your number of monetizable views, as reported by YouTube, goes down. And suddenly, there's a widening gap between what YouTube is reporting that you've earned each month and what the network are actually paying you. Now, initially they said, when I challenged them about this, they said, well, we've paid out 95% of what we've received from YouTube. And I'm thinking, so? It doesn't matter, I'm getting a big hole in my finances. I'm not even sure, with the state of things as they are, whether I want to continue with Titli's Busy Kitchen, because they are making good money out of me. I certainly won't be renewing the contract. I'm supposed to give them 90 days notice for when in October 2014, when the contract expires. Well, I can assure you I'm going to be giving them close to 500 days notice. So be warned, when they come bearing gifts, these network channels, tell them where to go. Well, that's certainly looking a lot tidier. But now the sun stopped shining. In fact, it's even starting to rain a little bit. I guess that's my fun over for the day. I'm sorry about all that whinging and moaning yesterday, but as you can probably tell, I'm not exactly a happy bunny. Anyway, it's quite windy again today, so I apologise if there's any sort of noise going on in the background. I can't do much about that, but I can do something about this rose. I think it needs a bit of help and support. Well, that's better. I can get in my shed again. Talking of roses, I've got a lovely display coming on the top of my arch this year. There's lots of buds on this standard rose, and lots of buds and flowers on this trailing rose. I just hope we don't get that horrible heavy rain again and they get all waterlogged and rot. Right, there's one more job I want to do this week, and that's take a couple of my sweet corn plants and pop them in a grow bag. Just need to move my rising dough out the way. This is for burger buns this evening. I find the greenhouse is a brilliant place to let dough rise in the summer. Right, pop in the grow pots. That's one in. Next one. Now to fill the centre with some compost. Now I think I'll pop these two in because they're looking quite healthy. And I know some of you have said that corn is wind pollinated. I came across nice and easy. And that's fine, but it doesn't stop me giving them a hand job when the time arises. Alrighty, you just need a water now, don't you? I'll fill the tray up because I've no idea how much moisture is in the grow bag. So what I'll give the grow bag a good soaking, or even the go bag. Water the top as well. Make sure his new home is nice and moist for him, or her, or it. Now remember, this is an experiment. I've no idea whether it's going to work or not, but if you don't try, you never know, do you? I've decided I'm going to let the tomatoes grow a little bit more before I start pinching out the growing tip. So I need to construct a little frame to support the growing tomatoes. There's my old friend, my old bamboo again. My old bamboo, my old bamboo. Something about you. It's certainly getting a bit warm in here. Be glad when I finish this. Oh, that's not bad. I've got a little bit of sad news to finish with this week. I found this on the ground this morning. That means I'm down to 2 pears on my pear tree now. That's all I've got time for this week. Next week I'm hoping to plant my leeks out and the corn, so it's going to be pretty busy in the veg patch. Thanks for watching, and do join me next time in Titli's busy garden.